You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/kidsandfamily. Just go to Indeed.com/kidsandfamily right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.
Welcome, deep divers. Imagine this. Perfect summer day, sun's warm, river smells fresh. You're cooling off maybe with one of those bright frozen Otter Pops. That sticky sweetness, just a simple pleasure, right? But what if that treat, that moment, didn't just end there? What if it sparked something, well, huge? Today, we're doing a deep dive into Ollie, an adventurous otter from Ripple River. He had an idea that went, let's say, way beyond just eating the pop, a wilder idea, a vision for the Raft Rock Show.
Exactly. And that's our mission here today. We're looking at excerpts from Otter Pops and the Raft Rock Show, not just for the fun story, though it is fun, but to really unpack it. How can something seemingly simple, maybe even a bit silly, how can that spark real creativity, build a community, and become this beloved tradition? As we explore this, we really want you, the listener, to think about the potential in ordinary things. How often do we just overlook that?
We really do. It's that idea of functional fixedness, right? You mentioned that before.
Precisely. We see an Otter Pop, we think eat it, see a river, think swim in it. Our brains often limit things to their most obvious use. But Ollie challenges that. And it makes you wonder, what happens if we challenge those assumptions? What could we unlock if we just dared to ask what if, and then, crucially, actually do something about it? That's the thread we'll keep pulling on.
Okay, let's unpack this amazing story then. So Ollie and his pals, they're chilling, enjoying the pops, typical summer scene. But Ollie, he's not quite satisfied. He throws out this, well, pretty bold question. What if we don't just eat Otter Pops? What if we throw a rock show on the river?
It's so unexpected, isn't it? Almost like a kid would ask. And the source says, Luna, another otter, she sort of giggled, like, music. Give me music.
Exactly. And Ollie's just grinning, full of energy. Exactly. On a Raft Rock Show, you can just feel that ripple of, wait, what? And then excitement. It's kind of brilliant, taking two totally separate things, dessert, river, and mashing them up with a rock concert. What do you think actually allows for that kind of imaginative leap, that spark?
Well, what's fascinating there is that cognitive reframing, you hit on it. Most otters, most people, see the pop, think, consume. Ollie saw potential.
Yeah.
He looked past its function, saw its shape, its color, maybe as a prop. It's not just being creative, it's actively breaking that functional fixedness, overcoming that mental block. Think about a simple paperclip. Holds paper, yeah. But it can also reset your router or become jewelry, right?
Yeah, good point.
Ollie's what if is that leap, reimagining purpose. So what stops us? Why don't we ask what if more often, especially if the idea sounds a bit, well, whimsical, like a Raft Rock Show?
That's a great question. Maybe fear of looking silly. Or just being so used to things having one job. Takes some guts, doesn't it, to suggest something that far out there?
Yeah.
But okay, the spark was lit. And they didn't just talk about it. They got busy. And this is where the sheer ingenuity really comes through. Another lesson, maybe? The story shows how they built everything, using just what was around them in the river. Driftwood planks, boom, instant stage, those big lily pads, perfect drum sets.
Oh, it gets even better. The seashells. Not just decorations. They tied them up with vines, made these shimmery tambourines.
Right. And the Otter Pops themselves, the stars of the show in a way. They became these colorful microphones. Sticky, sure, the text mentions that, but fun and totally fit the theme.
It's fantastic resourcefulness.
It really is. Like rapid prototyping almost, making do with what you have.
Absolutely. If we connect this to the bigger picture, that phase is a brilliant example of what we call an MVP, a minimum viable product. You hear that a lot in tech and business. The Otters didn't wait for, perfect lumber or funding. They used what was right there, driftwood, lily pads, shells, to build a working, if basic, version of their idea.
Get it off the ground quickly.
Exactly. Test the concept, feel the rock show with minimal upfront investment. It's a huge lesson. Start small, iterate. Don't get stuck chasing perfection from the get-go.
Makes sense.
And beyond the MVP idea, look at the teamwork. This wasn't just building stuff. They were building a shared vision, right? A common goal. It brought them together. The source points out how music and teamwork build community, and you see it right there in the construction phase. Practical, hands-on collaboration. It wasn't one leader barking orders, it was everyone pitching in, solving problems together. How do you think that kind of building process, using the environment, using everyone's strengths, affects the feeling of ownership and maybe the project's success?
Oh, that's a really insightful point about ownership.
Yeah.
When everyone chips in, not just with effort, but with their clever ideas and using what's there, the buy-in must be huge. It becomes our show, not just Ollie's show.
Yeah.
Shared accomplishment. And you can just feel the buzz growing after all that building, leading up to the actual performance night. Okay, this is where it gets really good. The show itself.
The atmosphere sounds incredible. Sun setting, the whole riverbank changes, animals gathering from everywhere, not just otters, the whole community.
Yeah. Turtles floating nearby, best seats in the house, frogs providing the opening beat like a natural rhythm section.
Perfect.
And the fireflies, nature's own little twinkling stage lights. It's just magical. Really shows how a shared event pulls everyone together.
Totally.
And then the performance. The otters jump on stage. Ollie, bold as ever, belts into his grape otter pop mic. Total rock star move. Luna, remember her? The initial skeptic. She's pounding out rhythms on the lily pad drums.
Fantastic.
And little Pip, just full of energy, twirling a watermelon pop like it's a lead guitar. You can almost hear it, feel the energy, the pure fun of it all. It's more than just playing music. It's the shared burst of excitement.
This brings up such an important point, doesn't it? About shared joy, about music's power to unify. Sociologists talk about collective effervescence. What you're describing isn't just a performance for an audience, it's deep collective participation. The frogs aren't just listening, they're the backup singers.
Right.
The turtles are clapping along with their flippers. Even the usually calm herons are getting into it, dancing.
You can just picture it.
It's like a communal ritual, a shared emotional wave that washes over everyone, creating this powerful sense of community, of belonging. Music does that, it bypasses the logical brain, hits us emotionally, builds camaraderie. That collective energy, the laughter, the rhythm, everyone sharing it, magnifies the joy, makes it a unifying force. It really suggests community isn't just about living near each other. It's about these shared moments of intense positive feeling. So what do you think stops us as humans from creating more of these spontaneous, joy-filled, unifying moments?
That's a tough one. Maybe we overthink things, try to control it too much. We want it perfect, planned out. The otters, though, they just leaned into the glorious messiness of it. And speaking of messy, the climax of the show, it's brilliant. The raft, naturally, is bobbing and wobbling like crazy with the beat, splashing the crowd.
Adds to the excitement, I bet.
Totally. The source says that it nearly tipped over a bit of drama, but then it spins in this perfect circle, leads into a massive splashy encore. Their last song, Slip Slide Splash, just perfect. The whole river, just laughter and music. It wasn't polished, definitely not a stable stage, but it was real, full of heart. And that authenticity, I think that's crucial.
Absolutely critical, that authenticity. So what's the takeaway here? What does this all mean for us?
I think the core lesson is pretty profound. The best shows, the best experiences aren't about being perfect. They're about passion, about playfulness, about sharing that energy, that beat with everyone. The wobbling raft, the sticky mics, those weren't bugs. They were features. They added charm, made it unique, made the joy real. It completely flips our usual script about success, doesn't it? Sometimes the imperfections are exactly what makes something memorable, beloved. It's a strong case for embracing, iteration, evolution, instead of getting paralyzed by trying to be flawless right away. I agree, passion over perfection, definitely. But it also takes guts, right, to put something imperfect out there. How important is that initial bravery in sparking these kinds of lasting traditions? Because this wasn't just a one-time thing, was it? It really started something.
Oh, absolutely crucial. That courage to be vulnerable, to share something unfinished or quirky, that's foundational. It signals authenticity. It invites people in, makes them want to participate, not just watch from the sidelines. And you're spot on. This wasn't just a flash in the pan. From that day, every summer, the Ripple River had its famous Raft Rock Show, a beloved tradition. Powered by frozen treats, sure, but mostly by friendship, shared passion, and yeah, lots of splashing. It really teaches us that being bold, trying new things, even silly-sounding things can spark these incredibly joyful traditions. Traditions that strengthen bonds and create memories precisely because they started with that brave, imperfect leap.
Wow, what a journey we've taken. From a simple otter pop on a summer day to this huge community-building festival. We saw Ollie asking, What if, breaking that functional fixedness, we saw that amazing resourcefulness, the MVP approach turning river debris into a stage? And we felt that collective effervescence, that shared joy bringing everyone together, wobbles and all, making it a lasting tradition. The big lessons really stand out. Challenge assumptions, be resourceful, connect through shared fun, and value passion and play over perfection.
Indeed. It's a great reminder that insights can come from unexpected places, even charming stories about otters. This isn't just about animals, it's a really potent metaphor for how innovation and connection can work in our own lives, our own community.
Absolutely.
So, here's something to leave you with thinking about Ollie and the Raft Rock Show. What seemingly ordinary things in your daily life right now could you maybe combine with a bold idea, a bit of teamwork to spark something extraordinary, something joyful? What functional fixedness could you challenge this week? And what new tradition might you start simply by choosing passion and playfulness over the need for everything to be perfect?
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/kidsandfamily. Just go to Indeed.com/kidsandfamily right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.